8th vlog on Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. Paramam, supreme. He calls the God as being the infallible, supreme. He is the foundation for everything, the good and bad happening to the whole world. We know all the rules. We know what's going to happen. We know that somebody is going to win and another is going to lose. I don't like this. I'm going to change this around, or I'm going to add a new principle. I'm going to set up a third goal post. Can they do it? All the doors of the body, how many doors do we have? Actions happen, and take a back stand to watch everything go in the way it has to go, good or bad. They cannot act, but they are supposed to just review and judge and give a statement if there is a goal or not. They are the rule makers, but they cannot. It's all done. The rule making is all done. So whatever has to. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the 8th vlog on Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali, oil painting. My name is Gomati Sivasankaran and I am working on this oil painting that is also following the principle of Calligram or Micrography, wherein the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu are also written and painted in the painting itself. I am still in the process of doing it. While I am doing it, I am also learning, an amateur, curious, ready to understand new things. And I'm also trying to share whatever I am learning through the weekly vlogs. We cover 10 names in each of the vlog and try to also understand it from the context of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And we have already gone through in the previous sessions up to names up to 60. So this session is going to be about the 10 names starting with 61 through 70. Plus we are going to have a little bit of understanding into Sanāthana Dharma. And then we are also going to understand another familiar known concept or name, PRANA. We will also try to look at it from the perspective of Bhagavad Gita. So we have some very interesting concepts to dive into. Let's jump right in to the names first, starting with names 61 through 70. Yes, the 61st name is Om Trikakupt Dhamne Namaha. This means he who is the support or dharma of all the three regions, that is above, below and in the middle. Above, below, in the middle, the way it is written, this book is also something, I think it's a very old book. Earth, as we know, are all the lokas underneath, and anything above us like the sky or even above, so those three regions, and he is this support, or he is the one that is setting the dharma. And this is where we are going to come into the concept of Sanāthana Dharma in a short while from now. The next, or the 62nd name is Om Pavitraya Namaha, which means that which purifies everything. Pavitram refers to anything that is really pure. So he purifies everything. Om Mangalaya Parasmai Namaha. Supremely auspicious he is. That is what it means in the 63rd name, Om Mangalaya Parasmai Namaha. The 64th name is Om Ishanaya Namaha, he who controls and regulates everything. The 65th name is Om Pranadaya Namaha, one who bestows or activates the prana, the vital energy. We know this name. We will go into this detail in a short while from now. Another name that is also starting with prana, 66th name, Om Pranaya Namaha, the supreme being. He is that vital energy inside our body, and he is also the supreme being. 67th name is Om Jeshtaya Namaha. Jeshta refers to the number one or the supreme, or in the top eldermost, we can say. I think here they are also referring to the eldest of all, for there is nothing before him or above him. Yeah. 68th name is Shrestaya Namaha, one deserving the highest of the praise. Shrestha, a kind of a praise, and Shrestaya Namaha is the highest praise, and he deserves it. 69th name is Om Prajapataye Namaha. This is master of all the living beings, because he is the Aishwara, or he is the God embodied form. 70th name is Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. I think we know the word Garbha from our previous sessions. The word Garbha refers to a womb, and Hiranyagarbha again. Yeah, what is that? We are actually working on this painting that is showing from his Garbha. There is some stem that is flowing through, and through the stem there is a lotus, and in the lotus there is Brahma sitting. Yeah, so through the womb he is generating, he is the Atma, one who is the Atma of even the Brahma, the creator. That is the meaning of Hiranyagarbha. So we are able to guess a little bit from some of the names, I think. Yeah, so that was the 10 names for this week. So we are going to jump into the 2 concepts right now. When we looked at the first name, the word Dharma came up. We did understand, the above regions, below regions, middle regions somehow. But what is this word Dharma or Sanāthana Dharma? We will look at that right away. So I'm going to take the help of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, to Canto number 11, 18, verse 18. That's what we are going to see. But just before we go into that verse, very quickly I will tell you the context. We have discussed this Canto 11 previous many times, I think. This was the exact argument going on between God and Arjuna, and then he shows, the God shows the real form of who he is in action, and it's really difficult for a couple of eyes of Arjuna to behold what is being shown to him. We looked at that. Please do check out our previous vlogs if you have missed it. It was really interesting. Now he is in a stage of understanding who he has just seen with his eyes. Yeah. So now Arjuna is doing a conclusion. After all the argument, now he has no. I rest my case. That's what he says right now. So we are going to read up what exactly he says in Canto 11, verse 18. Yeah. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tvam avyayaha shashvata dharma gopta sanathanam tvam purusho mato me. Let's look at that with the meaning. So tvam is you. So he is referring to the God. This is Arjuna doing the talking. Yeah? And Aksharam refers to the infallible. Paramam, supreme. He calls the God as being the infallible, supreme. Veditavyam. Yeah, that means to be understood. Veda, scriptures, something has to be understood. And you, Tvamasya, Vishwasya, you are also the universe. Param, supreme. Nidhanam, basis. I think we looked at that in the name also, isn't it? He is the foundation for everything. What is that? Avyayaha, inexhaustible. These are all the names we have already looked at somewhere. But the most important point that is coming here is that Shashvata Dharma Gopta, the maintainer of the eternal religion, Sanāthana. Sanāthana is the eternal law. So Dharma is law or duty, we can say, a set of principles, we can say. Sanāthana is eternal. So if we add these two words, because the way it is written is Dharma Gopta Sanāthana, but whenever we refer to it as Sanāthana Dharma. So it is a eternal Dharma or eternal law, you can say, or eternal principle, anything we can say. So he is the maintainer of that, and you are the supreme persona, a personality. He says, this is my opinion. Yeah, that's what he shares as his opinion. Let's read out the meaning also in English. Thou art, I think it's a very poetical style of writing. Thou art the imperishable, supreme, the only being worthy of being known. Thou art the final sanctuary of the universe. Thou art protector of the eternal Dharma. I know thee to be the eternal primeval being. So that's how he is addressing after having seen this. The eternal Dharma, if it is so difficult to understand, and I think it is not that easy to explain in just one go, but I'll give a very simple example in a layman terms. What has Arjuna watched? He watched everything happening, past, present and future, with what you call the good and bad happening to the whole world. And of course his eyes pondered into those images that related to his own family, and what is going to happen, what happened, what is going to happen, what is happening, everything he got to see. So he is now in a state of not a confusion, in a state of better understanding, and to know that the God has done all these things, set up all these things, but let the actions happen and take a back stand to watch everything go in the way it has to go, good or bad. If I have to look at it in a very simple term, football game or any other game, it has a set of rules. Everybody follows the rules or have to follow the rules, and there are some boundaries set up. There is a time set up. There are some people that will do the umpiring or reviewing of the process, what is happening. They cannot act, but they are supposed to just review and judge and give a statement if there is a goal or not, penalty or not. So all these things has to happen. When the game starts, whether people follow the rules, against the rules, whatever goes on, and we all know the principles. Then why is it exciting for us to look at a new match today? We know all the rules. We know what's going to happen. We know that somebody is going to win and another is going to lose. Why do we still watch? It is still the game that is played will have some genuine combination, something exciting that we might look out for and are excited about it because it is still a new thing. But can the rule makers go and switch things around in the middle of the game and say, hey, I don't like this, I'm going to change this around, or I'm going to add a new principle, I'm going to set up a third goalpost? Can they do it? No, they cannot. They are the rule makers, but they cannot. It's all done. The rule making is all done. So whatever has to happen on the field. Good or bad, will happen on the field. And I think this is something relatable for me at least to Sanāthana Dharma. So it is an eternal law that is set up, and for us, whether we follow or not, you can always say, oh, this is not my religion, I don't follow. Yes, fine. Or this is not, because people also tend to understand Sanāthana Dharma as a religion, but it is not necessarily. Of course, it is very close to, people call it Hinduism. I do agree to that, but at the same time, we have to look at it as beyond a ism, any ism. It is a set of laws. You want to follow it or don't want to follow it, follow part of it. Things will work accordingly, like the law of nature. Yeah. So that is the basis of Sanāthana Dharma, and that's what he is pointing to, because he has seen who the God is. After all the views that he has received, all the vision he has received through the God, he is now able to perceive who he is, and that's why he is using the word Sanāthana Dharma to refer to the Lord himself. I think that was it for the Sanāthana Dharma topic. Now we have one more interesting topic, prana. Yeah, because we talked about, I think there were a couple of names in this 10 prana frequently appearing, and we know it as something that has to do with air, maybe, or breath, maybe. Some of you, we take the prana in and out. So pranayam, we say. All those who are following yogic methods know a little more of it. Let's look at that from the perspective of Bhagavad Gita, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. I am in Canto number 8. I am finally out of Canto 11 today. Momentarily though. Canto 8 and verse 12. Let's read it out and then we will look at the meaning. Yes. Sarvadvarani samyamya manohridi nirudhya cha murdhanya dhayatmanaha pranam ashtito yogadharanam. Somebody is mentioning yoga and then prana also. Let's look at what this means. Sarvadvarani, all the doors of the body. How many doors do we have? Okay. For somebody that is very simply thinking of breath, we think, oh, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in through the nose. That's what I think even I say when I take a yoga session. So breathe in through the nose, you can breathe out through the mouth and so on. But there are Navadvara, 9 pores or holes in our body, and do the calculation of how many you have. Yes, so all the doors of the body, Sarvadvarani samyamya, controlling all the dwaras. Manaha, so what else is involved in the prana? All the dwaras. Then mind, manaha, yeah, hridi, heart, yeah, nirudhya, confining, yeah, confining, brudhni, on the head, and adhyaya, fixing, yeah, atmanaha, the soul, yes, pranam, the life air. Aha. So we thought it's just a nose that is getting involved in the process of taking a breath in, breath out, and that is what ashtitaha, situated in yoga dharanam, the yogic situation. So this is actually the yogic situation. I don't want to go into a huge depth of this because this means I'm taking a full-fledged yoga class, which is not the plan of this. But in yoga, all the asanas are seats, or asana is a seat or a position. So actually you're traveling from one position to another position. And through all these positions, when you are moving, you are using all the dwaras, the holes, the pores in our body effectively. Sometimes, there is also bandhas when you strategically activate or even close some of your pores to work with yoga. And through learning, you know when to close and when to open. Even a simple pranayama, I think people might know this, breathing through left and right nostrils and so on. So we lock one nostril, breathe in, and release the lock and lock the other nostril to breathe out. So we do all those things as a part of the yoga dharanam. So everything has the connected, not just the pores. Sarvadvarani is the pores of the body or the doors of the body. Yeah, our body is called Navadvara Patnam. We will go into that detail in another session. But for now, yes, the doors of the body, the mind, heart, yeah, head, everything, the soul. All the things are controlled or maneuvered through the prana or life air. So the life air is not just air to go in and out of the nostril or touching the heart maybe. No, it has to touch all these touching points, yeah, in our body, and that's when the life air has its yoga dharanam, the yogic situation, the yogic position. So that's about a little about yoga, and also about what really the prana refers to in the point of view of Bhagavad Gita. I hope you have found this interesting. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do share your thoughts and feedback in the comment section. I have already mentioned this previously, that I am an amateur. I am still learning the process of how to do things, how to read Sanskrit as well, and enjoying it. Please do share your thoughts on another dimension or another type of meaning that you might have about this. That is it for now. Until we meet in the next vlog, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, stay motivated.